Hello everyone and welcome to Valkyrie Profile, the original one for the PlayStation 1. I will be playing through this game, my first time actually fully playing through it. I played just a little bit of a practice, but I wanted to share a little bit about my experience as to why I'm playing this game. So I never knew about this game, I never heard about this game, but I did play from the same exact developers, same exact group of people, same exact even music composer, Star Ocean Till the End of Time on the PlayStation 2. And I really loved that game. And in that game, there are some cameo appearances of characters from Valkyrie Profile. So I thought, why don't we go ahead and start with this one? So that's essentially why I am going to be playing it now. Now, the story of this game is based on Old Norse mythology, which I am not, familiar with really. It's not something that I really ever studied or learned about, and I don't really know too much about it. So, it's not going to be something that, I personally am familiar with, but maybe you may be familiar with this. Now, there are 3 endings to this game. I will be showing off all those endings and how to get those, because in order to get some of the endings, it's quite a bit more challenging. The best ending is a very difficult task. So I've literally watched multiple people play it. I have kept notes throughout the whole journey, and I think I am prepared enough, because you really can't get the best ending unless you literally have a guide. So hopefully I am prepared enough. Now, a few other things I wanted to mention before we actually start this here. This is the PlayStation 1 version. And there are 2 other versions of this. It was re-released for the PSP as well as mobile devices, so you can get it on your Android phone and your iPhone, and it is subtitled Lenneth. So it's Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. And there are multiple changes to that version. So the PSP and the mobile version are based off of the original Japanese version, which, believe it or not, actually has some disadvantages compared to the US release, such as the inability to sort items. Only your active party can change equipment. The Valkyrie will have her bow or sword skills unequipped when switching between those weapons. There is a bug that prevented some enemies from casting great magic spells, making them much easier. You cannot switch characters in the menus using L and R. And perhaps maybe the mobile version did fix maybe some of those or added a few new features, but for the most part, those are the disadvantages of the original Japanese release, which carried over to the PSP and the mobile releases of the game. However, there are some improvements, shall we say, of these later releases, and they include a few CGI movies. So I believe there are 12 of them, and they do have new voice actors except Lenneth in those 12 little cutscenes. Now, I have extracted all the videos of those cutscenes, and I will be showing those at the appropriate time, in addition to what actually gets shown in the original PS1 version. And the PSP and the mobile release also had it was in widescreen, but it wasn't like a true widescreen. It was more just kind of zoomed in. So, you really can't add that additional detail. And there's no widescreen hack for the PS1 version, so it's going to be a 4:3 aspect ratio. But the probably one of the biggest improvements, besides some of the cutscenes that were added, is that the characters, the actual textures of the characters, like their sprites and their actual picture that shows their character portrait that shows when they're speaking, it has so much better higher quality, higher fidelity images. So I think that is really, really cool, but unfortunately we won't get the benefit of that. Now, there was a few things that were censored in the US version, such as a pentagram that was removed from a spell, in addition to a cigarette that was added out. Yeah, they decided to edit out a cigarette. So in the original Japanese version, there would be ash that would drop from the cigarette, setting the enemy on fire by throwing the stub. But in the North American version, you have gunpowder is dropped around the enemy, which gets ignited with a gun. So, yeah, it's interesting they decided to remove that. So, why don't we actually look at the manual for this? And there isn't much in here regarding the actual story, which is interesting. It's interesting. So, Valkyrie profile. A lovely warrior maiden flies through the skies above chaotic Midgard, looking for corrupt spirits to purify and brave souls to recruit. I am a servant of Odin, the All-Father of Valhalla. I am she who leads the chosen souls to Valhalla. I am she who governs the fate of the sacred war. I am Valkyrie, chooser of the slain. But what about my own past, my own destiny? The battle to determine the fate of Valhalla is about to begin. And then we can view a little bit about our characters here. Not too much again, but there is a little bit of stuff here. So, you will meet many interesting characters in your journey in Midgard and Asgard. Some of these characters will join your party. These characters are known as Einherjar. The Einherjar will battle against the Vanir armies in a war to determine the fate of Asgard. The story progresses as the lives of men and gods intertwine. So here's our main character here, Valkyrie. She's the chooser of the slain, one of the three goddesses that govern destiny. She listens to the cries of souls and takes them into herself. Valkyrie is also known as chooser of fallen soldiers, warrior maiden, and guide of heroes. And we also have here, these are like a few other characters that we may see during our time in this game. Platina, a destitute, neglected daughter. Marked by her striking long silver hair, she is from a poor village and her parents always treated her coldly. She is determined to run away after discovering her mother would sell her into slavery. We also have Freya, goddess of fertility. Freya is a cold, calm figure who is uncharacteristically supportive of Valkyrie. In her slender body, she holds a power that governs the birth of all beings. Then we have Arngrim over here, a soldier with unparalleled sword skills. Arngrim is a tactical genius who is at home only on the battlefield. Facing Arngrim in battle is a death sentence. Then we have Lazard Valeth, necromancer. Lazard is an alchemist with a passion for death and gods. The ordinary cannot begin to understand the depths of his obsession. And then Mystina, a student of magic. Mystina is a perfectionist. She graduated first in her class from an academy of magic. She longs to go to Valhalla to obtain more knowledge about magic. And then this was from the PS1 release, but from the PSP release, there's actually 2 additional characters that it actually lists in here, which is Odin, leader of Valhalla. I'm not sure why they didn't include him in the original release, because he is a very important character as well, but Odin, Lord of the Aesir in the world of Asgard. After hearing of Ragnarok drawing near, he sends Valkyrie on a mission to collect the souls of mortals to serve as warriors in the sacred war. And then our other character here is in the bottom right, Lucian, a young man haunted by his past. A skilled swordsman who lacks the true spirit of a hero. Haunted for years by the tragic death of his childhood girlfriend, he sees traces of her in Valkyrie. So that is our characters that we have. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and play the prologue, which actually goes into the opening movie. Now, there are a lot of cutscenes. Pretty much this whole first part is probably going to be almost all entirely cutscenes. There's probably going to be very, very little gameplay in this first part. And the cutscenes vary from voice-acted cutscenes to for the most part, dialogue-based cutscenes that I will be reading. So hopefully my voice is up to the task, because there will be a lot of reading that I'm going to be having to do here. So why don't we go down to Prologue and see what's going on here.
I must hurry! I don't want to get scolded by Mother again. I'm so sorry. Your clothes, are they...
Watch where you're going, girl. How dare you splash water on a guest?
Forgive me. Mother, who were those men?
It's none of your business. You have work to do now. Hurry up and grab your bucket.
So yeah, she's not treated too well by her mother.
Lucian? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
Shh! Be quiet. Platina, we've got to run. Come now, hurry.
What are you talking about, Lucian?
Listen to me. Your mother and father, they've sold you.
You little thief! What are you doing to my daughter?
Come on.
Lucian, I want to go home.
How can you say that?
I haven't heard anything from Mother about this. Are you sure this isn't all a misunderstanding about being sold? She must be so worried about me right now. Lucian?
You've seen the men in black, haven't you? They've come to my house, too. And the next day, my little sister was gone. My mom and dad didn't tell me anything.
What? But everyone said she was stricken with a disease.
Oh? Have you ever heard of a disease that makes you disappear? Anyway, our family has no money for doctors. I just don't want to lose you.
Lucian... Then let's run away, far away! I'll go anywhere with you, Lucian.
Where do you think we are?
I don't know. What will become of us now?
Where?
It's so beautiful. Do you think this might be... heaven?
It's bad luck to say such things.
I'm sorry.
These flowers, they're... Platina, we've got to get out of here. These flowers, all of them, they're... weeping lilies.
Weeping lilies?
That's right. If we stay here, their poison will kill us. Platina!
If I were to fall asleep here, would I be able to just slip away?
What?
I can't stand it any longer, no matter how hard I've tried. Mother and Father have never treated me with kindness. If you care about me so much, Lucian, do you think... do you think we might be reborn? That we might be reborn together? I'm so glad to have known you, Lucian, but I have too many awful memories. I just want to forget it all.
No! Wake up! I won't have it! You want to forget? Would you forget me too, Platina? Platina!
And his girlfriend died, the weeping lily. Now we're going to see the opening of the game. It's an animated opening. Okay, there is our prologue and our opening to the game. So there, in the PSP and in the Lenneth version of the game, the PSP and the mobile version, there is a new CG opening there. So I'm going to show that one off to you as well. So here it is. Okay, there it is. It's a bit different. It's a bit different with the type of scenes that are being shown. So also I wanted to mention, if it wasn't obvious, if you couldn't pinpoint it there, if Lucien's voice sounded familiar. A lot of voices in this game, if you've watched any anime or played any other games around the time, you will recognize them. You may not necessarily be able to pinpoint, but Lucien's voice is the voice of Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as Brock from Pokemon. So I'm sure he did a bunch of other stuff. I don't really know what the other stuff is, but yeah, so if it sounds familiar, that is essentially why. Okay, so now that we've done that, so there's also like a sound mode. We can check out the various music in the game. You can pretty much play and play any track that you desire here. Or you can view voice collections of the different characters and everything. Just a bunch of variety of different things you can do in the sound test. Also, configuration, we can adjust some settings for the game. We're just going to keep them pretty much all at the default setting. Okay, press direction twice to walk. Okay, so yeah, face display, vibration. Going to keep those all the original as well. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game, and as I said, this is where I'm going to have to start reading quite a bit. I mean, there is still a lot of actual voice acting in this first part here, but there will get to a point where I will have to start talking. So let's go ahead and begin. There's 3 different modes we can choose from. This does not necessarily mean how hard the game is. Rather, it determines certain other factors that allow you to get certain endings, or perhaps make it even harder to actually progress through the game, because you may think easy is easy in that, you know, the enemies that you're fighting are weaker and it's easier to get levels up and everything. And then hard is, you know, for more difficult, you know, enemies and this sort of stuff. That's not exactly true with this game. So there are quite a few differences that it shows you at the bottom here. So you have experience points, item types, dungeons, characters, initial level, and possible endings. So as I mentioned, there are 3 endings to this game. And as you can see, the A ending is not available on easy difficulty. A ending is the best ending you can get, which is the hardest to get. And it requires a lot of very specific things to be able to do, which is often why you need a guide. You cannot get that on easy. C ending is the worst ending you can get, which is also quite unlikely that you will get. And then B ending is the normal ending, which if this is your first time playing, you don't really know what you're doing, then yeah. So as you can see, experience points many, normal, and few. So you get less experience on hard. Items, item types, dungeons, and characters, you have few of those, you have a normal amount, and then you have many. It says unlimited for characters. I just think it means many. I don't really know what unlimited means. It is limited, obviously. So yeah, there are you can get less items. There are less dungeons, which are on hard mode. There are better dungeons and better items to get, as opposed to the easier difficulty. Initial level is also an important factor. So fixed per character, and then all at level 1. So this essentially means when you're progressing through an RPG game, and let's say your character's level 30, and you recruit a new character, they may be roughly the same level you are. Well, if you're playing on hard, they're all going to start at level 1. So that has its own trade-off and benefits that we will be seeing later. And I already mentioned about the ending. So yes, we're going to be playing on hard. We're going to be going after the A ending, but I will be showing off all the endings. And the order you get them is the C ending is very, very quick and easy to get. I mean, I'll be able to do that really, really quick and easy. The B ending and the A ending are going to be right at the very end of the game. So let us begin. I say they all look like variations of the Final Fantasy main character. Well, it's like the team that developed this game, they didn't really work on Final Fantasy. It was like a separate department that worked on it, I believe. So it is kind of almost the same company, same company. I think it's like Square Enix, but it was just Enix. So I think it's like Square worked on the Final Fantasy games, and then it kind of merged to be a Square Enix. I believe that is the case. Let's see, it sounds like someone is about to get married here.
How nostalgic.
Well, there was the Valkyrie in what appeared to be like the Weeping Lily meadow there. Now I want to mention also the music composer, probably one of the best Japanese music composers, you know, that I've listened to a decent amount of his work. I own all the soundtracks for the Star Ocean game that I own. I've listened to his other work as well. Motoi Sakuraba. He makes amazing music, and there is music in this game that when I've watched someone play through this game, I recognized from Star Ocean. So I'm like, okay, so he actually like remixed it and redid it for later games in the series. I find that to be very fascinating because I think he's a great music composer. And there he is. So I should also mention a little bit about the story as well, because as it kind of mentioned, like Odin is recruiting us, the Valkyrie, to be able to get some Einherjar to help with the war and the upcoming Ragnarok. So that is mostly what our mission is here. So how the game works is that there are a variety of different places that we go to recruit these people, and like various little stories with those people. So we're going to see the first story of the first characters in just a moment, which is one of the longer stories of the characters that we will be recruiting. So, yeah.
Welcome to Valhalla.
You seem as if you're waiting for someone.
Of course. I've been waiting for you, Lenneth. I've been waiting since my sister Freya told me you were coming back.
Has it been that long? Are you well?
Yes! Oh, Lord Odin is waiting for you within.
Of course. We will speak later, Frey.
Alright, it's time to meet Odin now.
I am here, Lord Odin, at your service.
Stand, Lenneth. You have no need to kneel before us like a dweller in Midgard.
I understand.
I rejoice to see you again. You have been missed.
And you.
Lenneth Valkyrie. I would not summon you, the greatest of the three goddesses who govern destiny, without good cause.
Yes, my lord.
The head of Mimir has told me that Ragnarok, the end of the world, draws near.
Ragnarok?
There have been signs of unrest among the Vanir of late. It seems that we, the Aesir, will not be able to avoid war with them. We require warriors. You shall journey to Midgard, the world below, and search for suitable human souls.
It is my honor, Lord, to serve you.
I expect great things from you. Very well then. Freya?
Yes, my lord.
She has transformed. Now I'm actually going to pause it right there because in the Lenneth, in the PSP and mobile version, there is actually a cutscene that shows that. So let me show that now. There she goes, the wonderful transformation.
I will join you on your journey down, but I must return before long. You have but recently awakened, and it would be unkind of me to send you alone.
Okay. This is the human world? Yes, the lower world of Midgard, where souls wander about, locked in cages of flesh. Does it remind you of anything? Not particularly. I have not seen this world before. I see. Then let us go. Go where? It's time for me to teach you about it, who you are and what your role is. Do you hear something? What do you mean? You have a power that is yours alone. Close your eyes and open your heart. Concentrate and listen. You will understand. So this is another very important aspect to this game. So in order to figure out what we have to do next, we have to do spiritual concentration.
Arngrim! It hurts! Help me! Save me!
It's a monster! You think it's foolish, brother, because you're content with what you have. You're wrong.
Okay, so it looks like it's leading us to Artolia. Yes. Do you hear it? What is this? That is your power. The power to hear the sorrow, anger, and hopes of humans near death. The power to hear their souls cry out. It is your task to take the souls of those chosen departed within yourself. I am to search amongst the souls of the departed for those worthy to become heroes? Yes, that is why. That is why what? Let us go. If we go closer, you will be able to synchronize your soul with theirs. Then you will understand more. Human souls? Take them into myself? Okay, so here's Lawfer. Arngrim, help them out, won't you? This beast is tough. Ah. Nuisance. Out of my way. Okay. So here is, we can control a little bit here, but it's not much because we're gonna have to enter into our battle. Let me assist you. Okay, so here's our first little battle, little tutorial type of battle. Basically how the game works, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about how the fighting mechanics work because we will see that later on when we're actually in a dungeon area. But each character is assigned to a button. So that's either, you know, X, square, circle, or triangle on the PlayStation controller. So right now we only have 2 characters, so they're assigned to the square and the X. And they can perform each one attack, and you can see their health in the bottom left, and you can see the enemy's health up in the top left. So we can perform combos by attacking with one and then attacking with the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with the square and then attack with the X as well. Oh, it actually guarded. Okay, let's try it the other way. There we go. It looks like one more hit. We'll do it. There we go. Our first little battle complete. Welcome home, brother. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah. Just sit down. Looks like his brother's a painter. You're still drawing that stuff? Art is more than just that stuff. If you can't sell it, what's the point? I don't do it for money. Whatever. Brother. It's different. Different than war, where you just kill people. What? I don't fight for money. I am a mercenary because I enjoy it. Same as you, right? I don't give a damn about expressing myself or whatever. Say, Roland, what's fun about making art anyway? You think it's foolish, brother, because you're content with what you have. For me, drawing pictures has always been a way for me to escape the confines of this frail body of mine. I'm sorry, brother. I know that part of the reason you fight is to support me. I'll leave the money here. Yeah, he needs to get a real job, right? Roland needs to get a real job. That statue. That's a present from His Highness. They give it to the guy who kills the most people in battle. Here's a Lombard, a princess. It is usually for such a lovely young princess who will one day rule the country to lose her temper in such a disgraceful manner. Ah, there's Jelanda. Silence, Lambert. Oh, that just looks like how... Just a brat. An absolute brat. I would not stand here silently and accept abuse from the likes of you. We cannot allow such behavior from a boorish mercenary. Princess Jelanda, you need not concern yourself with regards to this matter. Princess, I would take care of everything. Just snatches it. You ungrateful brat. Your dad needs to give you a spanking. Whip you back into shape. Thanks to your meritorious effort, the barbarians have been driven back. I salute you all. And amongst you, I believe in the greatest warrior of all, Sir Arngrim. Yep, he's the greatest, it looks like. To you, I present a cash bonus and this statue. Looks like he's like the best warrior here. Although I'm sure mercenary taste is no different than that of barbarian. How delightful. I thank you from the bottom of the gaping void in my soul. You think this makes everything alright? This cheap little statue's nothing but a lie. You're such a feeble little king. What? What are you? I don't have time for this farce. This statue looks a lot like you, don't you think? He's gonna slice it down, isn't he? Father! Don't waste my time with this crap. You ungrateful brute! Oh, hey, look who's speaking, woman. Look who's speaking. To subject my father to such barbarism. 10,000 deaths are not enough for you. Guards, take him! They don't want to mess with him. What are you doing? He's the strongest warrior here. You don't want to mess with him. That arrogant lout. There must be some way I can get him. Let me think. I've got it. What the heck is she doing all smugged? Okay, so we can play a little bit here again, but again, it's not really... We can't really do too much. It's been a long time since you hung around the house all day, huh? Is that all? Yep. Okay, looks like we're just gonna leave. Just sit down and relax. Anything else? I kind of heard something there. Okay. Ah, here she is. Do you want something? Do you want something? I think we can clearly see who that is. I think we clearly know who this is. Aren't you? I mean, might you be Sir Arngrim? Arngrim? Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Yeah, that's right. I mean, my name is, Jella. Jella? Like Jello, but with an at the end? Yeah, Jello. I mean, no, Jella, like, not like Jello. My name is Angela. Yeah. I think we both know that that's not what your name is. I think we both know that. And what do you want from me, Lady Angela? Angela? he can't pronounce her name either. I came to offer you a job. Are you serious? You've got time. Why not talk to her? Ugh. So, where are we going? Let's go to one of those restaurants. Do you know any fine establishments? Well, this place over here is about as fine as it gets in Artolia. It looks like a Japanese restaurant. Nalu Garden, the only gourmet Yamato-style restaurant in Artolia. Its promise to the citizens of the continent is a taste experience many Westerners find rather bizarre. May I take your order? I have no idea. Let's see, I'll take this, and this, and this. And what would you like to drink? This, and one of these. Hey, are you really gonna eat all that? Why would I? I'll just have what I want and leave the rest. Oh. 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 Well, you can just order it and take it home, right? Why waste it? So, what was it you wanted to hire me for? Why don't we talk while we eat? 30 minutes later. Look at that food. Oh my, oh, there's so much food there. Oh, she's all... Call your manager! Oh my gosh, look, she is. She's one of those Karens. Call your call your manager. Call your manager. Huh? I said call your manager. Oh, and then Arngrim is like, oh, don't act like such a spoiled little princess. That's exactly what she is, though. Exactly what she is. Head chef, is something not to your liking? Not to my liking, you say? What is that? What is this meat? It's raw. But miss, this is called sashimi. It's classic Yamato cuisine. And what's this cloudy soup? It smells awful. It must be rotten. Oh, that's miso soup, Roman. Miss, an absolute staple of Yamato cuisine, miso soup. Oh, I love miso soup. And what about this? It's a monster. You're trying to make me eat baby krakens? But miss, that's just plain octopus. Look at her face. It's so like... You serve monsters here? I assure you, miss. I have never been so insulted in my entire life. Ah, now my throat is parched. And what is this drink? Calf flesh, what kind of water is this? That ain't no water. Are you trying to poison me? How dare you? Look at Arngrim. He's just like, I am so done with this. How dare you? 10,000 deaths are not enough for you. Look, she just revealed it right there. Arngrim, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention, man? I guess it was booze. I don't know what it was, but she has passed out. Your bill, sir. That'd be $5,000 and 1 penny. Oh, and then tip is another $1,000. Oh. Oh, she's something else. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Go ahead and save. Ooh. So this happened before you could hear what she wanted? Yeah. Ah! Come on now. Princess? Jelanda? How did you not know? How did you not know? Literally, she looked like it, she acted like it, and she said 10,000 deaths. You should have known, Arngrim. You should have known. What's going on? Well, I know she came here in disguise to hire me for a job. She's very proud. Huh? Talking in her sleep, eh? Dada. I don't know what she's going to say. Let's see. Bow, oath, breaker. 10,000 deaths. She's saying that in her sleep. Oh. So that's it. I understand now.
I insulted that girl's father right in front of her. Of course, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to show what a gutless coward the king is. What I did wasn't wrong. But a daughter can't help but love and honor her own father. Is there any child that would not feel anger at seeing their sire made a fool of?
Yeah, she just wanted revenge. That was it, wasn't it? She just wanted revenge. Where am I? It's already evening? Yeah, it is. I have to go. Oh. Is it okay if I come back tomorrow to make my offer? Yeah, sure. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna get revenge on you. A job offer. Huh. Or maybe she wants to have him do a job that he's not going to be able to succeed at, and then he dies. I don't know. Probably some sort of revenge for what I did to her father. Yeah, sounds like it. When she comes tomorrow, I'll apologize to her. Hey, Badrak, you're late. So, what's your offer this time? Here's the agent. It's short notice, but I need you to help another man deliver. What? Give me a break. You're wasting my time for that? Come on. The pay is top price, so will you take it? Dangerous cargo, eh? Well, I'll take it. But I want 5,000. My price is doubled. Fine. It's a deal. You serious? Well, if you say so. By the way, who's the other guy you got me teamed up with? You'll meet him soon enough. Yeah, so dangerous cargo, huh? What could it be?
I don't know what that guy's up to. As long as I get my money, I could care less.
All right, next day we have a little bit of control again. Not much. The princess isn't coming, is she? Probably not. But if you think about the princess being out of the castle, yeah, I suppose. If she keeps sneaking out, she's going to get her attendants executed. Yeah. Some conversationalists. Okay. Finally go outside. Let's explore around. We can go back in the house and go over here into the main part of the town. Yeah, why don't we go and start exploring some of these doors here? There's a few people in here we can talk to. I wonder what Lelek means in the language of flowers. Ah, who cares about flowers anyway? Okay. Not that they have much to say, but...
Oh, how kind of you to visit an old man. Why don't you stay for tea and I'll tell you all about my grandkids.
No, I'm out. Okay, here's the restaurant that we went to. Alright, here's the table that we sat at. Good day. Yep, that's all, I guess. All she has to say. Yamato-style restaurant, yeah. What did this one say? Oh, just a private residence, okay. Not too much to the town. Oh, there's a guy up here. Oh, lately I look just like that other guy. Lately many ill-omened things have been happening in Artolia. Oh. Chapel, There's some people here. We have another old man.
Oh, I look just like that other old man. All we do now is pray.
Maybe this is like an old woman.
In the Vil North army comes this way, this whole town will be wiped out.
Okay, just a bunch of old people hanging out in church. It looks like this is the last door.
Oh, I look like that other guy again.
The other day I opened up a treasure chest and some poisonous gas shot out at me. Luckily, I was crouching down, so I didn't do anything except give me a big scare. Yeah, well, I wish it did more than just that, sir. So I'd had to see you like 3 times. Are you sure it didn't clone you? Are you sure it didn't clone you like 3 times? Anyway, let's head back into our home. Brother, you have a visitor. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. It's the mysterious agent lady. I need to speak with you. Is this about a job? Yeah. Did you take it? I leave tomorrow morning. You'll be alone again for a few days. And what about the princess? Cancelled, probably. Yes, that's not the princess, the agent lady, but it's interesting because she had a job too, and she's a very mysterious person. So yeah, this is when she hooked up Badrak and we're working with Arngrim here. Whoa, this is something. A surprise, my partner's gonna be you then, eh? He's like, who the heck is this guy? Oh, don't give me that, my name's Badrak. Nice to meet you, Arngrim. I've heard all about you. If you must engage in such meaningless blather, do it on the road. This cargo must be delivered. Yes, ma'am.
Vilnor was about a week's journey away along the Great Road. But the journey was uneventful, and by the third day we were halfway there.
I'm getting plenty of money for this job. Who really cares what's in this thing? Mr. Bodyguard. Ugh. That Lambert. Lambert? Artolia's chief counselor? Oh. You mean it wasn't the agent who hired us? Hey, bodyguard, something's coming up behind you. What? Knights! Lots of them. Knights?
The dust looked to have been kicked up by a group of Artolian cavalry. It seemed like they were chasing something, but I never imagined it was us.
Halt. Surrender your cargo for inspection. Hey, hold up.
When I think about it now, I never should have agreed to take that package without knowing what was inside. It just wasn't like me.
These are the ones. Let's get out of here. Hey, hold on a second. Uh-oh. What? Look who was in there, the princess.
Our parcel? It was that little tomboy princess. Jelanda.
Looks like we'll have to wait till night and run. Damn that Lambert, he totally screwed this. You filthy... You knew? No. I didn't know what was in the dang thing. It's just that my client was Lambert like always, and... Did those soldiers know that Lambert... Hey? No way, it can't be. The guy's a Vilnor spy, you know? What? Nobody was supposed to know what was in the thing, man. And if Vilnor got their hands on the princess, they'd have Artolia in the palm of their hand.
I'd have been quite happy to kill a stinking knave, but I've got more important things to do.
Arngrim! It hurts! Help me! Save me!
Okay, so I'm going to pause it there because this is actually where another CG cutscene would play. So yeah, Princess Jelanda turned into a monster. Ah! Gaia! What? Hey, what the hell is that? Help us! Hey, what's going on? Jelanda? Because the princess was unconscious, the captain told us to give her this medicine that he got from Lambert. And you shouldn't have done it, man. You shouldn't have done it. Isn't that the princess? I'm sorry. Isn't that the princess?
Lambert was playing two hands. He knew the abduction would be discovered, so he sent some medicine along with the search party. If we made it all the way to Vilnor, no problem. But if we were discovered, the cavalry would use the medicine. He knew the princess would be unconscious if she was found. The medicine's effect was as you see. The princess became a monster, and afterwards all were dead. Perhaps even the princess.
That's exactly what happens when someone drinks ghoul powder. Ghoul powder? Yeah, what the heck is ghoul powder, Badrick? Yeah. It turns a person into a howling demon. Necromancers use this stuff all the time. Lambert is a necromancer? Angela. I'm sorry, Angela. Angela? You mean Jelanda? What do you think? What you thinking about? It's time to get back to Artolia. I'm getting out of here. See ya. Yeah, I would get away from that thing too.
I don't know. But I wasn't going to run. Even on the field of battle, I'd never felt like this. Lambert! I'm going to kill you. But what will become of Jelanda?
Stop. That's... Human. Life is not something to be thrown away. If you are a true warrior, you will find your path in the maelstrom of battle. The battle maiden Valkyrie?
Who hadn't heard the tales of the endless war the gods wage with the creatures of darkness?
Okay. Another battle.
Come to me, Dark Warriors. Battle awaits us.
And finally now we have Valkyrie on our team to actually do a battle. So now we have 3 characters. We can't really... And we can kind of look at a few things, but again, it's really not going to make too much difference here. Now Freya, as you can see, out of all the characters here, Valkyrie is actually the weakest one when it comes to the health. Freya has an enormous amount of health, and then Arngrim has double that of Valkyrie. So we can end our turn, we can use some items, which we're not going to have any items. We can look, we don't have anything yet. Equip armor, we're not going to really have anything yet, because, you know, it's still like a tutorial. Magic, the only person who could possibly have magic would maybe be Freya, but no, she doesn't have anything. And then we can reorder our party. Now, I don't think she's a spellcaster. I don't know if she can even have any sort of magic. But anyway, let's go ahead and start fighting here. So there's a little meter that fills up on the left side there. If you can get that completely filled up while I'm attacking, like when you're actually attacking, that meter will fill up, depends on how much damage, and you can do a massive attack. Right there is at 76. He's doing a little bit of damage to us, but not really much. There we go.
Battle is my greatest pleasure. But this was different.
You think it's foolish, brother, because you're content with what you have.
You're wrong! It was through others' misfortune that I felt myself to be strong. That's right. I who was myself without morals. Who was I to judge others? Who was I to look down on them? Injustice. I began to realize that the king and I were very much the same.
Ah, I thought you might show up sooner or later. You really should have just run away. I will avail you nothing to cause a disturbance here, young man. Maybe not, but I sure as hell avail me to smash your face in. I see. Arngrim, you may be a genius on the battlefield, but when it comes to the highest arts, you know little. You realize you are already dead. What? Magic, Arngrim. Let me show you. Ah!
I beg of you! You must save Arngrim, please!
Save? How do you think he might be saved? By being allowed to continue to live, or by being chosen by me?
Yet one thing does strike me as odd. I'd have believed it if you ran away, but could a human really have defeated a ghoul? I can't imagine.
That's him! That's the man who betrayed me!
What? Ah, now I understand. We have a little conspiracy here, don't we? Conspiracy, ha! I hear you're the expert on that subject. Defiler of souls, your sins lay heavy upon you. Okay, time for a battle against Lambert now.
Come to me, Dark Warriors! Battle awaits us!
They use a firestorm attack. Alright, so now we have our two characters here. Fighting him against Lambert. Dude, you are so weak. You're going down, man. You're going down. Look at that, he's dead. He's full dead. Prepare yourself, rebel scum! These slipshod soldiers think they can call me scum? Look, friend, don't expect me to do any favors. I'm not going to die. I guess you don't have much use for heroes with true strength up in Asgard, eh? Ha 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 ha. Vainglorious human, strength is not everything. You're one to talk, Death Goddess. Impotent fool! Valkyrie is not a goddess of the dark. Such words will result in your certain death. Oh, look who it was. Angela? Why do you keep calling her Angela, man? You knew? Duh, it was so obvious. I see. You're safe, little one. I have one question. Aren't you just a death goddess? A god of death is merely responsible for the sniffing out of lives. I, however, can show you the path. Path? Yes. However, you must walk it on your own. Stop this pointless slaughter. Old man. Oh. Arngrim, will you truly raise arms against me? I sacrifice a sword. Do I have any regrets? No. Killed himself.
Why did you save me?
Consider it a gift.
It seems we'll be spending quite a bit of time together.
That it does, little one. Quite a bit indeed.
Fate can indeed be a cruel mistress. What is it? Nothing. Let us leave. Let us take leave of here. Next? Yes. Even the strongest steel must first be tampered, yes? To send them to Asgard directly would be only a death sentence. Concentrate once again. You should be able to feel the presence of the undead as well. Artolia Mountain Ruins. Yes, I feel them. They are nearby. Let us go and see. Okay, so here's our world map. There's only one location on it so far, which is where we have to go. I wonder if there's anything else. Yeah, there's really nothing else I can really show here. Because it's still the tutorial area. Yeah, this is basically all that we can really see here. We can move around. like so. Just kind of glide around to the different locations. But this is the main one here, the Artolia mountain ruins. The Artolia ruins lie in the northern hills. The massive stonework have eroded over the years, and their hulking forms peer eerily out from a deep blanket of fog. A bonfire now burns there, and an eerie screaming sound can be heard each night. And you notice it says period 2. So how this game is laid out, we're still technically in chapter 0, which is the tutorial. This is a dungeon. Once we finish the actual dungeon, then we'll actually be officially in the game. It won't be the tutorial part anymore. But basically how this game is laid out is there are various chapters, and within each chapter are periods. And you have a set number of periods for that chapter to accomplish what you need in order to actually complete it. And if you don't complete everything that you need to do in those periods, because every time you travel somewhere it costs periods, then you will unlikely be able to either recruit some characters, get various items, or even get, you know, the best ending. So yeah, we'll be talking about that when we actually get into that actual first chapter. But let's go ahead and head to the Artolia mountain ruins. I sense an enemy. Yes, there is one, an undead. Lenneth, are you ready? I can accompany you through this ruin, but when you leave this place, I must return to Asgard. Yes. Look at this, Lenneth. That is a memory camp. Okay, record game, save, and memory camp status. Open the camp menu and select process data. Tools can be created in a dungeon only in memory camp. I think you understand, but eating souls is a desecration of the dead. Having mercy on the undead is useless. Enough. Let's go. Ah, finally some gameplay after like literally an hour and a half here. Now I'm just going to for the rest of this part here, before we will head into the actual dungeon next time. But I want to talk about the things within here. As you can see, we have a team now of people, and I want to explain some of this before we actually. So next time we're actually able to play the game. First, I'm going to save though. So I'm going to head into here, head into the camp menu, and I'm going to go to data. And then I can save here. There you go, and it tells you we're in chapter 0, period 0 out of 30, and we're playing on hard difficulty. Okay, so here's all of our characters that we have. I think, yeah, configure is just this here. So you can do slow, normal, fast, or page units for the text. So we already kind of saw that sort of stuff. So we have 4 different characters. Freya said, every character is level 1 except for Freya, which is level 2, and she's the strongest character that we have here. And she's the one who is just here for the tutorial dungeon, essentially. And Valkyrie, Arngrim, and Jelanda, those are our core unit for right now once we get out of this dungeon. And we've recruited Arngrim and Jelanda. Now, Jelanda is a sorcerer. She will cast magic, and then Arngrim is a sword fighter. We have not actually seen Jelanda yet in battle, but let's actually look at just some of their profiles here. So here's Valkyrie here, and there's various stats. This is where it can get, it actually shows you in parentheses what each one does, essentially. But yeah, here's Valkyrie. So the DME is called the Divine Materialized Energy. That is essentially the health. That is your health. So she has 1,000 hit points. That is her health. And then you have her strength. Then you have her intelligence, and intelligence is magic power. So she's not a magic user. That would be Jelanda. So yeah, she won't be able to really do any of that sort of stuff. Agility, which is the evade ability. Then we have dexterity, which is your attack accuracy. So you want to have, good attack accuracy to be able to land a hit on an enemy. And then we have attack, which is just like your attack power as well. It's, I guess strength is your base stat, and then attack is your total. Yeah, there's kind of like two things for that. Then you have the RDM, which is the reduced damage. So this is how much in damage is incurred by an enemy. So that's not quite what your defense is, because there's a further stat down there, which is your defense. The next one is avoid rather, and this is your chance of avoiding an enemy attack. Then you also have hit rate, which is your attack accuracy, how accurate you are to actually land the hit. Much like your attack accuracy as well. Again, it's kind of like, it's almost like duplicate stats, but they are, I guess, slightly different, but yeah. And then we have our defense stat. And then we also have our resist. Our resist, I believe, is, actually, this one's not actually on my list here. I think it's like resisting magic and various other elemental type attacks. There's also another one here called Magic Power, which is the magic attack power of your magic users. It tells us how much experience we have and how much we need in order to get a level up. So we need 2,000 experience to get a level up. And we can see here, here it is. We can see our class, we can see our race. Our age is 23, Midgard Reckoning. We have female, and our birthplace is Valhalla. And here's some of our resistances. So we have fire, holy, poison, ice, darkness, and lightning. And right now we're pretty much completely immune to holy-based attacks. These are the various skills we can set up, which we do not actually have any yet, so we'll be able to see that later. We have 3 different types of attacks we can use. So far she only has one, which is the Bolt Slash, so we can't really do that. Right now, because we cannot have additional attacks yet, and I'll get into that in just a moment when we talk about the weapons. We have a counter attack, and then we have special attack. Which the special attack, if you remember, I mentioned when that meter fills up in the bottom left when you're actually battling, that is when you can do your special attack, and then you can view all the equipment that she has. So one of 3 goddesses of fate whose role is to decide a person's fate after death. A mid-level goddess of the 6th rank. Her true name is Lenneth Valkyrie. Okay, so let's go ahead and view Arngrim here. So he is pretty much twice the strength, but a little bit less attack than Valkyrie is. So another important value here, if you notice in the bottom left, it says seal value. I'm not going to really talk too much about that right now. That is very, very important later. That is actually a very important stat that we will need to pay close attention to in order to get the A ending. So yeah, we'll be able to talk more about that later, but only Valkyrie has the seal value because all the other ones have hero values. So his hero value is negative 101. Anyway, so Arngrim here. A mercenary from the Artolia region, blessed with a true warrior's prowess and a good measure of luck, his sword-fighting technique is unmatched. In battle, he fights as a demon-possessed, slicing through foes like a scythe through ripe wheat. We can see his, he's 26 years old, he's a human, he's a heavy knight. And you can see his, he mostly has fire resistance. And you can see some of his stats there. Up next is Freya. She has no other stat at the bottom left there because we will not be able to play as her after the tutorial. Venered as a goddess of fertility, Freya appears as a beautiful young blonde woman. However, she is second only to Odin in terms of true power, commanding power over life as well as death. So yes, she is the most powerful. As you can see, her attack is 509 as opposed to Arngrim's, which is 110. So literally 5 times the attack. She's 26 years old. She's the giver of life. And here's some of her Ether Strike is her special attack, Aerial Burst, and here's some of her equipment and everything. And lastly, our final character here, Jelanda, she is a magic power here. So she has, that is her magic attack power. So instead of attack power, she has magic power. And her hero value is -41, which is quite a bit higher than Arngrim's attack power. So she's 14 years old, so she's very young. She's a sorcerer. And she has some spells here instead. So she can do Firestorm and heal spells. And here's her equipment. That is, yeah, wait, hang on. First princess of Artolia. Behind her pure sweet image lies a pampered princess with a heart of steel and a razor-sharp tongue. Ooh. Ooh. Anyway. So, some other things to mention on this screen here. We have materialized points, which we have 2,000 of. That is essentially our money. That is our currency in the game. So we have 2,000 money. And our evaluation at the bottom, 100. 100 is the max for our evaluation. That is essentially our, like, how well we are being evaluated by Odin and Freya to fulfill their desire of the thing their mission. There you go. The mission that they have set us out to do. So that is how good we are favorably we are with them. Let's go ahead and view some skills here again. We don't really have any skills, but we do have, we can actually learn various skills here. And the main skill that I want to learn for first here is I want to learn a counter skill. So skill at counter attacks. Press button during evade to perform. So when we're in a battle and an enemy attacks us and we evade the attack, like we don't block it, we actually evade it, like we move back, we can actually press the button of our character and we can perform a quick counterattack. So I'm going to learn this skill, and it's our capacity points are 20, so it's going to use up all of our capacity points for this level to be able to learn that skill. So that is the one that we can learn. And there's a bunch of other skills here we will be leveling up as time goes on. Once we get levels up, we will get more capacity points. So, okay, so Arngrim, same thing. I'm going to have him learn the counter skill. Now, let's see. Freya, I don't think she has really any sort of... Oh, she actually does have counter. But because she's leveled up, she actually has some other things here too. So she can actually learn, first aid, 15% chance of restoring DME when injury occurs. Amount restored depends upon skill level. So yeah, I could have her, learn that. I could also increase some of her other stats here, such as knowledge of demons, knowledge of the undead, knowledge of monsters. That really doesn't do much of anything. Raises intelligence. This is how much times you increase it. The skill level will be ×1. So for each skill level that we increase it, that's how much it'll increase her intelligence. This also increases her intelligence as well. Increases her intelligence. Is her strength, agility, and dexterity and intelligence. That one looks like a good one to put some stuff into. Leadership ability. This one increases her health by 200 per skill level. Okay, ability to detect traps. It raises her agility, raises her intelligence. So it looks like the best one is going to be the fight skill for her. So let's just go ahead and just put them all into that. And then I guess, maybe something else here. Maybe learn, where's that trap one? Find, we can't even put anything else into any of her other skills, because, yeah, we already maxed them out, so. Let's see, anything else she can learn? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, and then lastly, Jelanda, she does not have counter. I'm probably just going to leave her alone for now. Yeah. Okay. And then we can set up the various skills here, so if we actually go into Freya here, we did learn a skill for her. first aid, so we can actually put that on her and equip her with that skill. And then this is the trait. It says gods who do not have human traits. And as you can see, only the humans have these traits. We would talk about these later. As you can see, it's like cute, snobbish, loves dad, and that increases, you know, their hero value. We will discuss that later because that is not important right now. Here's where we can use the various items in the game. So we have only 3 items right now, which crystal that allows the users to see an enemy's abilities and weak points. The enemy's material and astral dimensions are analyzed and communicated to Valkyrie. This one increases our health, restores 50% of maximum DME. And then the Union Plume, which essentially revives us from unconscious state. So we can also transmute items. This essentially allows us to make better items out of the items that we can put out. So we can't actually transmute any of these. We will be able to do that later. And then convert MP is essentially us selling the item. So we can convert them for, I guess it's just, see. I don't know. I'm not going to bother to try. Points per item. Okay, so 1, 7, and then 50. So I'm not going to sell any of those items. Now, because we are on a save point, we can actually do divine item. This is essentially the shop in the game. This is where we can buy items. So I'm not going to buy any items right now. We can sort them. We can see how many that we have, how much is the total amount. We can also buy weapons as well. And actually, I'm probably going to buy some weapons. We can also probably buy some armor as well. And this other decoration and possessions. So we already kind of hold this one here, and there's various attack at the bottom there. We can see the stats of the weapon. So the attack stat is just basically the strength of the weapon. So this one is 100, this one is 70. So there's no point in getting this one because this one's weaker. So there's no point in that. And right below the attack, we have 1, 2, and 3. And there is a circle and X by them. This one has 2 X's and then a circle. This one has X, O, and X. So basically how this works is those are the 3 attacks we can do as the character. And it circles which one we are able to perform. So each character has 3 attacks that they can perform. And depending on the weapon that you find, that weapon can have 1 attack, 2 attacks, or 3 attacks. And they can have them in various spots. So this particular one, whoever has this weapon equipped and they attack, they will do their first attack. Whereas this one, it will do their 3rd attack. And both of these only have 1 attack that the weapon can perform. Now, if this one had 1, 2, and 3, and it had circles next to all of them, then this weapon could attack 3 times, doing each attack, 1, 2, and 3. Or if it had perhaps 1 and 3, it could do the character's first attack and their 3rd attack, but not their 2nd attack. So yes, that is where you want to look for weapons that have more attack capabilities. There's also attack trust, which is essentially the reliability of the damage. So if an attack is going to do, 1,000 damage, and the attack trust is very low, it could vary. It could be a lot less, or it could be the maximum amount of the damage. It could vary, but a higher attack trust allows it to more reliably do a higher amount of damage. And then the hit trust is the reliability to actually hit with the weapon. So kind of like the accuracy, how much you can actually hit with it. If I'm looking here, I really don't want to buy any of these things because they are weaker. As you can see, this one, let's see, the hack blade, 100, 15, 45. I already have this one here. So ruby mace, I already own that as well. So yeah, there's no point in really buying anything. Now for our armor here, this one is essentially like the same thing. Reduce damage, how much it's going to reduce your damage, and then defense trust, how much reliability there is of you, blocking that amount of damage. So we already have some of these. This one's a little bit better. This one, Aga Garb. We can reduce darkness by 50%. So yeah, I could buy some of those. I'm probably shouldn't even really bother with it, but yeah, I could buy two of them, because why not? We also have some things here. This one has a feather tiara. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. I wish it would say like what character it was for, but I'm pretty sure these are for, you know, our actual attacking units, like Arngrim, whereas this is for Jelanda. And then these we already have some of. So that is our divine item. And again, we can only do that on save points and the world map. Okay, here's another part here, our party. This is when if we have a lot of party members, we can edit our party members to be able to switch them out to the various buttons. Right now we only have, you know, these four. Experience orbs. So experience orbs are bonus experience that you get from various things within dungeons that you do. And as you can see, experience left, I have 0. We have not done anything yet. So once we get some experience points, we can actually increase our character's level manually with some extra experience that we will get. So we will look at that later when we actually do that. Practice just allows us to actually practice the battle. And then our abilities, this is where we can just kind of look at our abilities. So yeah, that's we can see our normal attacks, and then we can see our skills here with our magic user. Okay, so now because I bought some equipment, let's go ahead and change some equipment. So we can manually change the equipment. We can, oh, okay, she actually can equip the feather tiara thing. Interesting, okay. Or we can just hit best for Valkyrie. Attack priority or reliability priority. So if I do that, it'll equip the Aga Garb on her. And then I can do the same thing for Arngrim as well. Best. His things didn't change. And then Freya. That one got swapped out. And then her, she has the tiara as well. So yeah, we can see the various things here, and you know, we have a weapon, we have head, body, arms, legs, and then these are our decorations, and then these are some other slots as well we can use some things with. So we can see the various stats, which and what they do. So this one is actually a little bit better. So this one is actually I wanted to actually equip this to Jelanda. So she already has the tiara equipped there. So yeah, she really can't equip anything else. But if we go to Valkyrie here, so the Soleil here, and then the feather tiara, so we can actually equip that, which actually has the added benefit of fire damage minus 50%. So that's a little better. This one here, also a little better. So yeah, just various things that we will be, I'll probably just be using best. That's probably the best thing to do, obviously, but just to make it easy. Transfer, we will be able to see this later. We can't actually really do anything with that right now. Status, again, we can just view the various statuses, which we've already done. And then I guess the very last thing to do when it comes to the battle tutorial. Okay. So let's actually go into practice, and then I will briefly just talk about the battle, because there's a few little things here that we have not discussed. So, caution: in practice, all creatures are invulnerable. There is no abnormal status or death. Item use, weapon use are impossible. Skills also cannot be used. Select flee when finished. Let's go ahead and let's just do a normal enemy for a battle.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
Okay, so here are all 4 of our characters, and we're fighting against the lesser vampire. So, as I said, we cannot use any, let's say, she has magic, right? So yeah, she can use heal, and then Firestorm. So why don't we go ahead and give Firestorm a try here. Zero damage because we're just in practice. So you notice after she used magic, there's a CT meter at the bottom of her health, at the bottom, and that has increased a bit. So whenever she does a magic attack, or any magic user for that matter, that meter will begin to fill, and you cannot attack again until that CT meter has gone down to 0. So all of our characters could attack right now, and she probably will not be able to attack again next turn. So now when I'm attacking with our characters, the meter fills in the bottom left there. When that meter fills all the way up, we can do special attacks. So let's see what we're actually able to do. I don't know if we'll be able to fill it unless Jelanda actually hits here. So that one we actually guarded. So if she's able to attack now, let's see if we're able to actually do a special attack. Yeah, we may not be able to. We may need to do harder hitting attacks, but let's see. Went up to 76. I think we may be able to if we can time the combination just right. Let's see. Or maybe not, because he kind of went up into the air. But we will see that later. We will see some of the special attacks later. So I believe that is everything actually when it comes to some of the battle system. They will drop orbs and stuff that will increase some of your gauges and give you extra experience, such as crystals and everything. We will see a lot more of that later, obviously, but yeah. Yeah, and I believe that is everything. That is quite a bit. Quite a bit. We can view a map here. We can see the controls of the map. The map is not filled in. We will get an item later to actually fill in the map. And yeah, I think that is it. So why don't we save again after that very lengthy discussion, but hopefully now we have a better understanding of how the game plays. It may seem overwhelming and complex at first, but once we actually learn more about the rules and how it actually plays, it does become easier. So yes, that's going to do it for this part of Valkyrie Profile. Next time we're actually going to play our first dungeon and actually have some proper gameplay. That's going to be good, okay? So yeah, I will see you then for Valkyrie Profile.